Hi Aries, welcome to your love reading. This channel is called A New Era. I feel like we really are stepping into a new era right now. So when I decided to name this channel, I sort of didn't really know how much truth it was behind it. And I just felt really strongly to tell you that today. So maybe that's the significance for you that you're really stepping into something brand new due to love and all of that. My name is Emma, I didn't say that. Today when I'm recording it, it's the 13th of April, and I haven't put an end date to it, so I'm just asking for your very near future. What's going on for you, for your love story for the very near future. And I'm incorporating the number, not the number so much, but the frequency in the number, which is 13. 4 is all about the love, so it's all through April really is a love month when it comes to the number 4, because that's your heart chakra, like your heart center. So 13 is also beautiful because 1 plus 3 adds up to number 4. So it's a good, strong foundation for this love story, which I love. So let's see specifically what's going on for Aries for this very near future of yours in terms of love. And if you don't like the shuffle, then please fast forward. How many was that? That was quick. So let's have a look at this. Wow. So the first card out, let me show you. And the program reverses the image of the cards. There was some really friendly soul that tried to explain it to me, saying if you just click this and that, it'll flip for you. And I understand how to do that. It's just that when I do that, there's other things that comes into the equation that doesn't become so good. So I'm going to keep it flipped as for now. It says new beginnings on this card. This is 20. On the bottom it says starting a new life, finding your purpose, a forgiving and a compassionate review of the past. So if we start with the number 20, which is my favorite, it's sort of like an upgraded version. It's a 2.0 situation happening here. So I feel like everything around your love is going to upgrade, is going to be for the better. So that doesn't mean that singles goes into a relationship, or separated comes back together, or committed just amplifies the really good yummy stuff. It could mean that, but literally it's just for your own person. Like for you, how do you feel around love? How do you see love? How compassionate are you around your people? How compassionate are people around you? I feel like just for you as the Aries sign, it's going to elevate to somewhat like a level that I don't think that you've ever received before. And the emphasis is on receive here, because I feel like there's, enough energy, high enough energy frequencies out there as we speak that is already available to us. I'm not trying to laugh, or I'm not laughing at all at like people coming together, raising the vibration, or so they think. I mean, their vibration is already raised on planet Earth as far as I'm concerned. And so it's whether you now allow yourself to go to that frequency that already exists. We keep evolving all the time, and there's higher dimensions as we speak on this planet Earth. So we as humans have already, in our quest for love, in our lack of finding love, in our disappointment, in our contrasting experiences, we've already asked for the upgraded and improved version, if that makes sense. And so it's already out there. And so there's like a 2.0 version of your love story out there, and it's a purple border. So the purple border is all about spirituality. It's all about finding a way back home, to reconnect in with your heart. There's a strong emphasis on the heart here today, your heart center, and just finding that soul tribe again. We have a family there on the bottom of the card. There's a beautiful family, and it's showed in a specific, a mommy, a daddy, and 2 kids is what it looks like. And it can be however way, shape, or form. I think I got this card for Pisces last week, where we talked a lot about how the typical family doesn't necessarily have to be with mommy and daddy and 2 kids. It could be like 2 adults, whatever gender, and the rest is dogs. So it's just however your preference is around family, of course. But this is your love story, and so I feel like there's for some of you guys, there's a strong longing for. There's a longing for family. It's like some of you guys are really, I mean, it is your love story, and so it is about having that partner, and it's about having that soulmate companion type of connection going on. But I feel so strongly, and I have been feeling strongly lately, that a lot of people around this time, and what happens now around 2020, and it's a 20 there, so let's focus there on the year. So this is your year in terms of your love story. It definitely is your year. I just feel like there's so many soul families that are coming back together now. Soul tribes are like finding each other again, because like I said, we've already elevated up to the level of where we sort of are joining at our heart again. We're not so much joining forces through our mind, but through our hearts, if that makes sense. And so yes, you're attracting your soul partner. You can attract your soul, like your person, but you also attract a lot of your soul friends, a lot of your, it could be for business, it could be for anything. But let's do the love story here in terms of the romantic partner. I just want to say it's so important for you, and some of you guys really are longing for that family, the family feeling. Some of you guys, depending on, I shouldn't say depending on your age, but depending on your wish, I should say. That's truthful. Depending on your wish, some of you guys really are wanting to become parents. You're wanting to become, whether it's becoming a mother or whether it's becoming a father, I feel like it's a strong longing now, or the longing has become increasingly stronger, and maybe a bit, and I now these days love the expression out of the blue, because we have that expression that out of the blue, like out of nowhere, but out of the blue probably is more specific. Jesus. Is probably more specific than any other place. I shouldn't say that. It's not a competition between places, but the blue, Jesus Christ superstar. There is a strong emphasis on blue lately, and the new earth, I feel so much around blue, according to it. I, for ages and ages, have felt really drawn to just the blue frequency, not really knowing why. And now you're reconnecting to people out of the blue. So with the blue frequency, there might be people there for you. If you look at this card, it's very, the tones of it is really blue, and it's like they're walking on water here, in the midst of the blue. So you're really reconnecting in with your soul tribe. And I don't even know if I'm gonna even get into whether you're separated, single, or committed. I just want to leave it at that and say you're connecting in with your soul tribe, like your soul family. And so the soul contract, meaning that the soul contracts that's been done even before coming to planet Earth this time around, it's like an agreement coming together. And probably for the majority of you guys, probably later in life rather than sooner. You probably have had a couple of relationships to practice on, or if you're younger, you're probably considered to be a very old soul. You won't be very immature when you meet this person. Maybe you're 25, but you're considered to have like a wizard soul, and you know immediately who you are. You wouldn't consider yourself to be, you know who you are. And so you're coming in strong for this connection now, I feel. And I know you feel discouraged probably if I say it's during the year of 20, 2020, but I've asked for your love story for the very near future, but this strongly comes in. So sort of trust the timing of it. If you freak out, if you think then during 2020, okay, fun. So is that September or when? So I'm going to spend the whole summer alone. Like to really not focus on that, but really focus on yourself, the 2.0 version of yourself, and just really get into the whole love of it. Feeling love, coming from a more compassionate side of you, feeling compassion for your people, for your peers, for your ancestors, I want to say, and focus on the love so that you open up more vibrationally for this type of love that wants to now connect with you. I don't want to say, or you're going to miss it, but it's going to be a bit of a forced coming together, no pun intended, but like there's a... Try to stay as open as you can. Try to connect in with your heart as often as you can. And think of your people in the most friendly way as you possibly can. Don't make up stories. Don't think that you know them. Don't do any of that. Just purely go on love. And you open up more and more and more. And so the people now from your soul tribe, from your soul family that wants to come in and reconnect with you. Okay, so I need to add... So if somebody out there now, an Aries, you're already in a committed relationship. You're like, who's coming in? Am I not already with them? If you're second guessing your relationship, it doesn't mean that you're not necessarily with them. It doesn't mean that you're necessarily not with them either. Just because you question it or because you hear somebody say that, then just sort of reevaluate the relationship and feel what you get out of it. Feel how much you open. Do you open up around this person or do you close down around this person? Do you feel at ease with them or do you constantly feel a bit on edge with them? You know if this is the right person or not, okay? It's a strong new beginning. So even though it's in a committed relationship, there's something starting again, starting anew, starting fresh, starting over. But for the rest of you guys, this is really a strong coming together this year. And for some of you guys, in the very near future, okay? And then we move on to 10. And I love that it's 20 and then 10. It's like we're speaking decades here. So first we have the 20 years sort of from the past with 2 decades that now has led up to this beautiful, gorgeous relationship, a 2.0 version of yourself. But it's also in the 2020 era. And then we have the number 10, which is a whole new decade within itself. Number 10 is all about completion. So we completed something, you completed this cycle, this journey that you've been on coming up to this place, this moment in time as where you're at right now. 10 of Gabriel speaks a lot about healing of the child, healing the inner child. Feels like, I might be wrong because there's 12 signs each week with extended, but it feels like we talked about the inner child, or I've talked about the inner child with you guys before. And it's not like once we talk about it, we can't ever talk about it again. I just feel like it was very recent. So there's an emphasis on, it's like a highlight on your inner child, to really bring out this inner child and really try to be a bit more playful. You know what that means for you. If I say you can be more playful, you can always be more playful. It's like, so if one person would look at another person and say, oh my God, are they going to be more playful? They're still at their level, and their level of playful is like something maybe completely different. Something, I just feel like there's a bit of a seriousness going on. Let's say that instead. I feel like there's a bit of a seriousness going on. I have to like do a good job. Like I have to do a good job, and I have to fill out these forms, and I have to get this in on time. I have to, like, there's something about, and that's not really the love. And I get it. You know, you're not just supposed to toss something out the window because now you're going to feel love and not care about anything. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying there's a bit of a seriousness going on, and you could reach in more to the love aspect of yourself, and the more playful side, the playful fun side to yourself. Okay, we have a Phoenix rising situation there, and I get it. Like, there's been quite the journey to get here, and let's just say, because the soul family, like the higher frequency, the higher frequency level where you all, like from your soul tribe, will connect in, it takes quite the journey to, let's say you start on the bottom, which you don't. You come in really high on your vibration, but then life happens and we have parents and all of that. And so it slows down, and it's a good thing that it slows down, because we're then discovering what it is that we don't want to discover what we do want. And so now it's like, let's set out on this stairway to heaven thing. It's like, in order to reach where this is, in order to get to this 2.0 version and to be able to reconnect with your soul peeps, it's like you need to climb those stairs a bit. You can't have life happen to you and stay in the what happened. You need to then get out of that, and in that contrast, you've already asked for what I said. We haven't really raised the vibration of the earth coming together in meditation. We raised our own energy to fit the vibration where it has already been put. Does that make sense? And so, my truth. So, and it's yours as well. Just have to say. And once you get there, you're gonna connect in with those people. And it was almost like, okay, we're not gonna meet until you get happy. We're not gonna meet until I feel pure love. And anything before that, like, practice on other people, do whatever you want to do, but sort of the price you have to pay is to freaking get happy, so that we can meet each other, or that you could love yourself, feel connected in with yourself, and then we'll meet. And so now you need sort of it's not lessons. I don't believe in lessons. I don't believe that God is punishing us. I'm not a believer of that at all. I am a strong believer of you have so abundantly free will that you can choose the complete opposite of love. So your love story, and it might be also that in order to find out, because the minute you step in here, you might have had a wish or a thinking, or you might because people sort of being on this very spiritual path, of course there's unique stories and ways to awaken and all of that, but for the majority of you, you probably did not, at 10 years old, just know that you were gonna get through some hard stuff to reach your soulmate, if you will. But sort of as you went on this journey, that has become a wanting, or just to be a team player in the soulmate team, to be an equal to your partner, to sort of be more in alignment with your person, and then so that you can outwardly almost be like, you want to work in this world as a team to help people. There's a strong, like, that is so common in the spiritual community, or I shouldn't say spiritual community, because that's planet Earth, that's everybody. But I think you know what I mean. I think you know where I'm going with this. And it's like, okay, now we need to find out what we don't want, so we know what we do want. So we know what we don't want, so we know what we do want. So we know what we don't want, and so we know what we do want. So we keep expanding, and now you're touching the sky. You're coming in to this 2.0 version of yourself. You ask for it and ask for it and ask for it, due to trials and tribulations, and sometimes really good relationship situations, and sometimes really sucky relationship situations. But it doesn't really matter how you got there. You got there. You're here. And so there's a completion happening, and it's bringing out the inner child again. Gabriel is here to help you sort of lay the final touches on maybe feeling a bit lost as a child, feeling a bit neglected as a child, feeling maybe not so worthy as a child, to sort of have you heal those places within you, so that you're now feeling worthy of this type of love that was already by you decided would happen around this time. It says on the bottom, ask your angels for helpful people to lighten your load. Working too many hours, trying too hard to please others. So that's interesting. What I picked up was there's a seriousness around it. So if this is, if this is fun, if you get what that meant, so take that and run with it. But you've been asked now to step through to something higher. And I saw that very clearly here now. I sort of haven't seen that before. I really actually have not seen that portal before. I'm seeing this today for the first time. And so we have this is we could say stairway to heaven, because you've been coming from down there. Instead of saying, I'm going to go down there. No, this is what you've led. It's actually the staircase that I've talked about. So these stairs has led you up to here. And now you're standing here, and Gabriel comes in, and she's pointing at this portal, this beautiful portal, this doorway. And she's saying, like, it's time now. We're going to shift gears now. We're going to upgrade. We're talking about 2.0 now. You don't have to wear those clothes anymore. You don't have to be down here in the basement and be so serious. You can come up now. And just sit with that for a moment. Just, okay, what does that mean? Upgrade, shift. You can sort of almost make it like an internal choice. You can almost like say, if you're ready, of course, but say like, I'm ready for this portal. I see where this staircase has led me, and I'm ready to step through this portal and choose something new. I'm choosing something new. And if you immediately get a no from the inside, it just means that you're waiting for the right time for it. And it means that you're waiting to feel more ready for it. And so don't force anything. Don't push yourself to do anything that you don't want to do. But the opening is there now. Just as I say that, I get a bit of a tingly feeling, because it's like, up until now, you were not in alignment. Up until very recently, of course, there's exceptions to the rule, but there's, for the majority of you, and what I pick up here is that recently you were not a match till now with this person, with this soul tribe coming back into your life. But now it's being open. Now it's like the doorway to your person is now open. And I just then have to add, if you've been struggling, if you've been separated from somebody, you were not supposed to be together during this time, because you would have lost a person if you would have stayed together, because you were not like ready for each other on that wavelength. But now on this wavelength, literal different degree, it's another degree of this relationship. Or if you're single and you're now ready, you will attract them. If you're in a committed relationship, you might start to see, you might not have to, like, for some of you guys, it might happen. For some of you guys, but then you've felt it over a period of time that you've outgrown the relationship. But if you're in a relationship and you feel like here's where you belong, you can also step through this portal or through this doorway, and you will find such complete different version of yourself, and therefore such a complete different version of them, if you still have like a pull together. Okay? It's funny when I do that, because my little boy at home, he's fascinated. My oldest son, he's hearing impaired, so we're doing a lot of sign language, and my little boy has picked up brilliantly like how to use the sign. And lately we've done church. This is a sign for church. It was funny how it just like, and now you're ready for it, sort of, because that to me is like, okay, commitment, wedding, all of that in the church. You don't have to marry. You don't have to go into the church and marry. You know what I mean? But it sort of became a bit of a symbol there. Okay, moving on. Then we have the number 6 of Raphael. I love the number 6 in this particular love story because number 6 is all about the totality of the love, the total love for you and your higher self, for you and your inner being. That's exactly what I said, like connecting with your heart to really come into that compassion side of you for yourself. And this card couldn't be more green if you tried. And so there's like little happy children sitting there being really content. And so it's so beautiful how this, it just speaks about how you upgraded to this new version of yourself and coming back, like, it's like the heavens has opened and like we're now telling you to, okay, you can come in now, soul family, you can come and connect with them now. You can come down to earth here now because they're ready. It almost actually turned up to be another whole other image as I started to say that little story. Do you see that? It's like they're standing there. Maybe they're not even a family. This guy is going to belong to somebody who's waiting for their child. I am so freaking, I'm so close to tears lately. And if you've had the unfortunate blessing to... there's been a couple of signs that has helped me, that have been sobbing. It was one sign I had to actually stop the video. I just feel so strongly around, so this little guy here is just waiting to get into his family. So there's somebody almost like, this is like the angels are coming in, the angel realms are coming in to say, here on this side of this huge mountain is like Mother Earth. And the earth beings now are ready, and it's like here up in heaven, here's the soul family waiting, and these guys are actually not connected. They're just standing there holding hands, waiting for you guys to be ready. And so there's somebody waiting for their child to reconnect with their child, and there's somebody waiting for their sister to reconnect with a sister, like it could be really a sister. I don't know how that would play out, but really like feeling like the sisterhood, feeling the friendship. There's a man for somebody and there's yet another child for somebody. Like this family standing there waiting to reconnect with their soul tribe, with their soul family. And they're sort of being like, you can come now. They're ready now. It's so gorgeous when you look at it that way. It became a completely different image. I just felt so emotionally, because it's so beautiful how you, because that's what we live for. We live for those connections. And even though it's with just one freaking person that gets you, or that you can feel that connection with, to just have that one person, that's all you need. But it's all about that connection. So the last card, and like I started to say, so we have the upgraded version. You're ready for it. There's 10 of Gabriel, which speaks about a completion. We've done this now. You're being offered this portal. So here this angel is saying they're ready on planet Earth here now. You can come in here. And then Gabriel is talking to you here on already planet Earth. You can come here, go through this portal here now. You're ready to meet them, and they're ready to meet you. You come up the stairs now. You're ready. You don't have to hang around here anymore. And then we have the 6 of Raphael, which speaks about the, oh my God, and I didn't see that. It actually says on the bottom, I'm sorry, maybe you can read it out, but on the bottom it says, embrace your inner child. New friends or rekindle relationships, children or childhood. So because I just saw 2 happy kids sitting there, they're actually bringing along a little phoenix rising there on this beautiful flag, a green flag. There's no flag for any country. There's no flag for victory for any country. I belong to any country. I belong to the inner child. I belong to the childlike version of me. I went through with the phoenix rising to get to this place, and I found the inner child again. I'm bringing the joy out again, and it feels really healed. It's beautiful that it's between the feminine and the masculine as well, not man and woman, but feminine and masculine. How it's all green, so there's healing taking place, but it's also the color of the heart center coming back together, being healed again. I'm going to stop there. I'm going to go into the extended and see what else will come out. If you resonate with this video, with this message, you probably will resonate with the extended as well. If this is where we part ways, then thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you back in a week. Take care, Aries. Bye.